watching TVC Breakfast. It's now time for us to link up with Eshomomo Imodu and Tijesu Adeoye in our Abuja studios for the FCT Brief. Good morning, Tijesu and Eshomomo. How is Abuja?
Very well, thank you for asking. Ibrahim, Abuja is doing very well and we are very refreshed. There's another beautiful Monday morning here in the city of Abuja. And of course, we are here to give you all that is, expected of our topic this morning.
Welcome to a beautiful Monday morning after a restful weekend. I guess you had a nice time over the weekend.
I should be asking you.
Yes, because I rested well. Just on Saturday, there was a little bit thing I had to deal with, the gas issue.
Really?
Maybe some other day we'll talk about the brief scarcity of gas here in Abuja. This is FCT Brief. Now, the controversy over the local government autonomy takes a new twist in Osun State as the federal government releases allocations directly to the councils, bypassing the state government in line with the new fiscal directive. The move, hailed by some as a long-awaited victory for grassroots governance, has sparked legal fireworks from the People's Democratic Party, PDP, which has headed to court challenging what it calls a breach of federalism and due process. At the heart of the matter lies a test of constitutional boundaries. Who truly controls the purse of the local governments?
As the political dust settles, Nigerians are watching closely to see how this development reshapes the power balance between the federal, state and local tiers of government. Stay with us for the next 30 minutes as we break down the implications, political undercurrent and what this means for local administration and accountability in Osun State. And to help us do that is the Osun State People's Democratic Party Chairman, Sunday Bisi, and he joins us now via Zoom. It's good to have you on the program, Mr. Bisi.
Thanks so much, and you're welcome too.
You're welcome. Right. Well, let's jump straight into the issue of the day, which is the release of funds to the APC-led council. This has split opinions among, several quarters. And for the PDP, they're saying this is premature justice and also are already seeking legal action. Why some people said withholding this for so long has imposed so much hardship on the people of Osun State. Now, I'd like to ask you, where is the balance in this situation? If you say it is premature justice and other people are also saying this has imposed hardship, where would be the fine middle ground? And again, would you say that it is because these are APC-led councils? If the roles were reversed, would you be challenging it as well?
Let me just go down the memory lane a little bit. We don't have to waste our time. There is no APC-led local government council in Osun State. An election was conducted in February 2026, and the PDP local government chairman and councillors won that election, and they were sworn into the council. So what we are having is a PDP, local government, local council, chairman and councillors, not APC. That of APC, they conducted one free election before our governor was sworn in 2022. We now refer it as a yes or no election. That was the election that was conducted, by giving just 60 days notice. The thing that ran against the Electoral Act. That is exactly what happened in Osun State. And that election was challenged then, and the Federal High Court threw out that election. The APC approached appeal court in Akure. The election was also thrown out. Then, later, we had another, the APP as a party also challenged that election. The Federal High Court threw out that election. The APC did not appeal in good time, but later they appealed, and June 13th, the appeal court in Akure threw out that election. So there was no time that APC had any local government election in Osun State. So there wasn't any local government, council chairman or councillors of APC in the local government, in Osun State. So I have to explain that so that you will know where we are coming from. So we are the legitimate owners of the local government in Osun State and not the ABC.
Since you are the owners, because he's yet to answer that question, is it premature justice, or would you say that there's some sort of a balance that this can be better handled, you know, and who should enforce it? Mr. Bisi, can you hear me?
Okay, now, okay. Now, yes, I can hear you now. I didn't hear you before.
Yes, I said you just answered a part of my question. The second part is, some people believe that this is premature justice, and your party has approached the court, you know, to challenge this. And some people are saying that, you know, the delay is already imposing a lot of hardship on the people of Osun State. Now, where should the balance be, and who should enforce it?
I think this problem started, with the Honorable Minister, the Attorney General, and the Minister of Justice, who ordered that the allocation meant for the local government in Osun should be withheld. I don't know where he has that, where he got that power to order that the allocation to Osun should be stopped. And then that didn't happen. In February, since that local government allocation has not been paid into us in Osun State. If you look at what is happening in other states of Nigeria, though we have the Supreme Court judgment on local government autonomy, but up till now, the fact is still paying the allocation of local government to states. Up till this present moment, it is only in Osun, that our allocation was stopped.
Okay, Mr. Bisi.
When the Attorney General now orders that it should be paid, then it now said it should be paid to APC chairmen, people that have no legitimacy to power.
Now, Mr. Bisi, let's get some things very clear here. Earlier, you said you appealed the judgment, and I think in June you said the court ruled in your favor. But I also have a statement here from Mr. Kola Olabisi.
The APC appealed the judgment.
That's what I'm saying.
The APC appealed the judgment.
Yes. I want to take you back. I want to take you back to what Mr. Kola Olabisi, the spokesman of the APC, said. He said there was a court of appeal judgment on the 10th of February, which reinstated the APC local governments. Was that judgment of appeal court appealed at the Supreme Court, or where did you appeal that judgment of February?
There was no appeal court judgment that reinstated the APC local government chairman. Let Mr. Kola Olabisi read that portion of the judgment to you. There was no place in which the judges reinstated them. No place in that judgment at all, of that February. You understand? There was no place where it was stated that the APC council chairman and councillor should go back to the council. No place in that judgment.
So which means what we're saying now
was made.
What we're saying now is, according to you in the PDP, you are in charge of the local governments. For them in the APC, they are in charge of the local government, which means there is no governance at the local government in Osun State. Is that what you're confirming now?
Well, yes, we can say that, because let me take you back. Because when our people were sworn in, they made an attempt to go to the council. The APC went there, and on that day, 7 people were killed in Osun State. 6 members of PDP and a member of our APC. And the governor talked it twice that instead of wasting lives, they should ask our people just to stay behind, so that people will not just, people will not be killed. You understand? This time around, it's nothing about APC or PDP, so that there won't be loss of lives in the local government again. That's why our people withdrew and stayed at home, and the local government staff too. The Noge in Osun, the court, their people to stay at home, so that there won't be loss of lives at the local government.
All right, Mr. Bisi, beyond this release of tied up funds, some critics say that the bigger crisis is failing services, and this goes to empty classrooms, understaffed hospitals, and a sense of absence of governance, which you just mentioned. Now, how fair would you say this assessment really is?
I didn't hear your question. The network is bad here.
I said that the critics,
I didn't hear that question.
Some critics say the bigger crisis isn't just tied to, the release of monies, which has been released right now to the APC councils, like you mentioned. But the bigger problem really lies with failing services. And this trickles down to empty classrooms, understaffed hospitals, and an absence of governance, which you just highlighted when you were talking. Now, how fair would you say this assessment really is?
That assessment is not true. Governance is ongoing in Osun State.
But you just mentioned that there's a lack of governance.
No, I'm not saying. I did not say that. I said at the local government secretariat, because of loss of lives. You understand? The Noge in Osun withdrew their services because at the time people were killed and many were wounded at the local government secretariat. That one did not disturb what is going on in all our in our primary schools. We have a suburb that oversees the primary schools in Osun State. So what? Teachers are going to their work and they are doing their worst. Their job. The health sectors, they are operating too. So there is nothing like no governance. No people are going, about their normal duties in Osun State. So we have governance at the top tier of government, except, the secretariat of the local government council.
All right, Mr. Bisi, we'll come back to you. Let's take a quick commercial break now. Don't go anywhere. We still have more for you on the program. Grab your coffee. We'll be right back. We're glad to have you back. We'll continue our conversation with the PDP's chairman in Osun State, Sunday, Bisi.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, now let me quote a statement you made recently. You said all the statutory officers of all the 30 local governments, we should be aware of the payments, are not aware of it. Now, there was a Supreme Court judgment that said, look, allocations should be paid directly to the local government. Some persons are saying that the state government, the PDP leadership in the state, seem to be more concerned with the payments of this withheld fund, and they're not thinking about implementing the judgment of the Supreme Court that should facilitate the various local governments to open their own account and not to operate a joint account. What is the position of your party in the state concerning opening an account for the local government and not a joint account?
If an account is able to be opened, my brother, we have our ways and means of opening accounts. We have the Local Government Service Commission that will introduce the HLE, Head of Local Government Administration, Director of Finance, and Director of Administration to the bank to open the account for them. It has got nothing to do with the chairman of the council.
That's what I'm saying. Why has that not been done? Why has the state government not ensured that that step is taken for this money, for this account to be opened? Then you can lay a legal demand on the federal government that pay directly to the local government, not to the joint account. Why is the state not pushing that this should be done?
The 30 local governments in Osun State, as of now, they have their various accounts in their banks. You understand? They have accounts with the banks. Not these people, not the impostor who are just coming and going to open new accounts. They have accounts they have been using before. If anything is to be done, it has to be paid into the account of that local government. That is where they receive their money.
Sorry to cut you short. It seems you're not getting me. They had an account they were using. That was the joint account, which the Supreme Court moved against.
I'm getting you.
Okay.
What I'm saying, I'm getting you. Okay. What you have, whether we are complying with the order of the Supreme Court. That is what we are asking. Yeah. What I'm saying is that we have means of opening accounts, and each of these local government, each of the 30 local governments in Osun State has already accounts that they have opened with their various banks. That is where their money goes to. Anytime, they have this, even when they have the joint account, that is where their account goes to. If they want to send any allocations to them again, it has to go to that account. They don't have to open a new account again to receive, the federal allocation.
All right, Mr. Bisi.
And that account is legitimate. It has the signature of the HLE, the signature of the Director of Finance, and the signature of the Director of Administration. Those are the people who are expected, to manage the monetary aspect of the local government.
All right, Mr. Bisi, we hear you. But a PDP elder, that is in person of Chief Bode George, says Governor Adeleke told him that the musician Davido and his father's money was used to pay workers in Osun State. Now, how would you respond to that? And what does this reveal about the transparency in Osun State's finances?
I didn't know, what transpired between Chief Bode George and our governor. But all I know is that since, the federal government withdrew, we fed the allocation, Osun State has been moving on very fine. Teachers are being paid, even local government workers are being paid. All those people that are supposed to be paid for the local government allocation are being paid, by the governor. You understand? I've been doing that. How is it that, well, he has been the one managing the economy of Osun State? If you look at Osun State and other states, you see that there is a marked difference between Osun State and other states, because it has been managing the economy of the state very well. Just recently, all the local government staff have been promoted, and they have been given their letter of promotion. So withholding our allocation, they even stop the governor from paying their monthly salary and from promoting them as at when due.
Would you say that this allegation reveals a deeper fiscal strain or poor disclosure that the government needs to address head-on?
Your question again.
I said, do you think that this allegation exposes a deeper fiscal strain, or it is a poor disclosure on the government's need to address head-on?
I did not subscribe to that thing that you said, that
what told.
No, you said Chief Bode said that the government said he has been using his money, Davido's money and his brother's money to do certain things. No, I did not subscribe to that, and I didn't accept that from you. I said I wasn't privy to the discussion that happened between Chief Bode and the government. All I know is that from the resources we are having in the state, the government has been managing it very well. Despite the withholding of our allocation, he has been paid as he's not even owing a month's salary since this state started. And even the arrears, the 30 months arrears met, hold by the previous administration, have been paid have been paid regularly.
Now, what other steps has the People Democratic Party in Osun State taken? Because it is confirmed now that allocation have been paid. You said it is to the APC government and the local government, according to you also, that the money was not paid into the local government account. So what exactly are you seeking now you've gone to court? What remedy do you want the court to rule?
Well, let me say one or two things. We were in court last week in Abuja. And when the council to the CBN and the Ministry of Finance were asked whether the allocation has been paid or not, they denied it. They said the allocation has not been released to anybody. They did that in the court. You understand? But we have approached, the Supreme Court. We have the Supreme Court to determine just two things: whether Attorney General of the Federation has the power to withhold the legitimate money coming down to the local government in Osun State, and whether he has the power to ask the CBN to release to an individual not known to law Those are the two things that we have taken to Supreme Court, and I know that the Supreme Court will adjudicate on the matter, and they will start hearing on the matter as from tomorrow. That's what we have gone to do. And we have gone, and the High Court in Oyo State to ask the UBA not to, transfer or not to allow those people to access the money in their banks. We have done that, and we have gotten that order from the High Court in Oyo State.
All right, Mr. Bisi. The APC projects confidence ahead of the 2020 next year's governorship race. And for the PDP, how would you describe its acceptability right now in the state approaching the elections? Would you say that, the PDP expresses or projects the same level of confidence? With
I can tell you confidently, I can tell you confidently that 2026 gubernatorial election is win-win, for PDP. APC is not going to Osun State. They had 12 years in Osun State. They did nothing here, nothing to show for it. As a government, you must have something to campaign. They were here for 12 years. They ruined, the state. Let me start from the area of education. These people, when they come, when they came to Osun State, they met us, the two states, Oyo and Osun, managing Ladoke Aketola University of Technology at Ubomosho. When they came, it was the government of Oyetola that sold that university to Oyo State for 8 billion naira. When Adeleke came, he established a new university, University of Ilesha, that is doing very well. If you look at our infrastructural development in Osun State, there is no part of the state that has not been touched. Osun State has been, every state in Osun State, every local government has become a construction site, in Osun State. The dual carriageway in Ilesha, the overhead bridge in Osogbo, the overhead bridge in Ife, that of Iwo is ongoing. Ila dual carriageway. Almost all our major cities are being touched. Okay. And very soon, the government will be commissioning all the states. All right, not only that, in the area of health sector, the government is doing marvelously well.
Okay, Mr. Chairman.
Osun State Health Insurance Scheme that has that is doing wonderfully well.
Now, Mr. Chairman, let me quickly take you.
The area of health.
Let me take you back to one of those things we discussed earlier. My colleague did ask if the state government is getting some release of funds from a private citizen to help pay the local government. You say you're not aware of that. You also said that to the best of your knowledge, the local government are being paid. Then shall I ask that where is the state getting this fund with which they are paying the staff of the local government? If since February the allocation have not been released to them, next year is election year, and don't you think it will be an issue of campaign during election if the local government employees are being starved because you don't know how they're getting their money?
Well, let me tell you one. We have a good manager of resources. That is number one thing. A good manager of resources. We have a governor who is not drawing cover as security votes. That's number two. We have a governor who has improved on the IGR, internally generated fund. So he has been managing all these things, and we are getting results in Osun State. This is the thing that was lacking in the last administration. The last administration, we have what we call capital flight from Osun here to Lagos. They were busy siphoning our money to Lagos. And the breakthrough we made to these people in the Segilola team really helped the state governments too. Because in the past, the dealing the state and with Segilola, they were just paying to private account. But since Adeleke came, you understand, he has explore all the ways, and the money, the tax of Segilola is coming directly into the state box.
So let me quickly interject. Mr. Chairman, you made an allegation which I want you to substantiate. You said the resources of Osun State were being siphoned to Lagos State. Do you have your proof? Can you prove it now?
Yes, we have proof now. Yes, I can say, yes, I can prove it. You understand? The money, we are getting in Osun is staying here in Osun, and we are using it to develop Osun State here. Unlike before, those people, they spent 12 years, they left humongous debt with us. Over 400 billion, was owed. When they were leaving, they left a debt of over 400 billion. When they were going, they left, they did not pay pension as at when due. They left debt in that regards too. Even the workers were owed 30 months salary arrears. This thing we started paying when we got to power.
Right,
so what did they use the money for?
Correctly. You are
they were here, they did not do anything. Mr. There was nothing to show that they were here for 12 years. And someone has spent just less than 3 years. You can see the wonders he has performed in Osun State.
Well, Mr. Bisi, if I should understand you correctly, that is the administration of Rauf Aregbesola you are referring to, I believe. Rauf Aregbesola was the governor at the time. Is that the administration you are referring to? The former governor. I'm referring to APC administration.
Yes,
Rauf Aregbesola was the governor at the time, right?
And which time? Which are you referring to? I'm referring to APC administration in Osun State. They spent 12 years to govern the state.
All right.
Aregbesola was a governor for 8 years. Oyetola was chief of staff for Aregbesola for 8 years. And now Oyetola also spent another 4 years.
I was going to ask you a question, but unfortunately we will run out of time. But we must say thank you so much for your time with us on the program this morning. It was a delight speaking with you. Thank you so much.
You are welcome. Thanks so much. You are welcome.
Thank you for being a part of our conversation this morning. We hope that you enjoy every part of it like we did. We'll now hand you over to Lagos, where Ibrahim and the rest of the team are standing by to continue with the rest of the show.
Thank you very much, TVC and Shomamo. That's very beautiful and insightful conversation.